Hello FlossTube, it's Kathy. So this is video number 2 that I'm recording today, which is my November update. So the basic outline of this video is going to be what I worked on in October and November, and then what I've worked on so far. I know it's only the 18th day of the month, but I know Thanksgiving is coming in. My inconsistencies of recording, since I keep these YouTube videos really on a DL, may not happen. So I will record when I can, and I apologize. But thank you everyone for, if you're watching this, I'm going to try to be more concise. I recorded another video and decided that the ending of my video was way too dark and not what I want to talk about too much. So this is take 2. So I hope you grab a beverage because it's going to be a little. I'm going to try to keep it to 15-20 minutes. Not too much, not too little. So we're going to talk about my stitching and my knitting, and then we're going to talk about what I've been watching and what I've been reading. I'm going to try to be concise, and hopefully with take 2 it will be concise. Okay, what did I work on both October and November so far? So I did a little bit of work on my on Country Cottage Needleworks sleigh ride. So this is where we're at on this. Pretty cute. Not a whole lot. I think I've only done maybe a handful of stitches, but I've only done it twice. And then here is my progress, and I'll shift a little bit because it's not completely showing up. Alright, so this is my progress on my Haid, a little light reading. I'm trying to go across and down now, I want to try to do the border all the way around, like basically 10 rows all the way around, so I can make sure that I can fit this thing in, because I know it's gonna be a little tight, and so that is that. I mean, I did stitch I know across I should be okay. I just want to make sure that going down is also gonna be okay. So I think that's what I'm working on right now. Because for a while I was working on it every night. I think I got a little burnt out, so I was doing other stuff. So there's not too much going on. So hopefully, I think I'm going to try to do this in the order that I actually started on this. In this take. Imagine that. So while I'm prepping, this is gonna be my crazy thing that happened. So the election came and went here in the U.S. Whether you agree with it or not, Mr. Trump is our next president. I believe the U.S. is in for a roller coaster. In what has happened in the last 10 days since he's been elected is any indication, we are definitely in for an interesting 4 years. That's all I'm going to say on it, because I think I went there earlier in my video, and I'm going to address it now. I didn't like the tone I was taking, so that's all I'm going to say, because lately I feel like my personal mood has not been where I typically am. I am typically I've got rose-colored glasses. I look everything as the glass half full, and lately I've been slipping into that pessimistic, which I don't like, especially in my professional life, because I think everyone on my team that I work with, they look to me to be the positive, optimistic one, and I haven't been that. So I need to do something to retrofit that, because that is I'm given more response. I've been giving, I think my bosses on both sides are giving me more responsibilities. So I think what I need to do is find my new happy medium. What is my new optimistic point of view? So I think that's all I'm going to say about our election, and move on with that. So we have to accept the fact that Mr. Trump is our next president. And if he doesn't do the job, we have processes in place to fire him, to tell him you're fired before his term is up. And if not, we have 4 years, and we can pick another new leader. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, this is well, I'm recording in my dining room today. I like moving around depending on the light. So what's really cool about my house is I have the wall of mirrors in my foyer area. That's my front door. So, which I also call that area, which is actually the entryway, my auxiliary dining room, because the one time I had Thanksgiving in here, we had tables in there. And it's cool. I mean, my house is very warm. I like to feel that my house is very warm. I mean, it's definitely not you can't sit on anything, you can't touch anything. If you spill something, fine, we'll mop it up. You know, it's very just welcoming, and that's how I like my personality to be, and that's what we're going to do. I like my new setup. I like this new setup that I have picked out. So, in that sense, that is a good thing. And I realized that it's a good thing I didn't try to do anything else today. Oh, no. So I'm off today, as I mentioned. So my plan was originally that I was going to record the videos and then work on Christmas cards before I have to pick up Oliver. I've got about 45 minutes before I have to pick up Oliver. So in that sense, I need to get cracking, because the other video I recorded was 30 minutes and it was just way too long, and I'm 6 minutes in and I haven't done anything yet. So let's get to it. So that's the stitching stuff. Alright, knitting stuff. So, I've worked on 2 knitting projects. One is the Kristen Kapoor's mystery shawl from 2014. It's knit on, I think, black. Somewhere in here, there's the tag. It's a gradient set from, I'll put the information down below because I want to get moving on this. Too much. Alright, so basically where you see this lifeline to where I've knit is basically what I've worked on in the last couple months, or this month. It's very patterny, and I've concluded that I've actually, like, since I've worked on this, since obviously this is 2 years old, I've moved a long way in the sense of, because if it's off, I'm actually able to now read my knitting better. So that part, yay me. I'm actually more confident. And then this is my Christmas socks. It's the sock blank from Gail's Art. So this is the doohickey from last time I recorded, which would be beginning of October. So it's not just this little. I actually have a heel. So what I usually do for my socks is after I do the heel, which still not quite, my heel work is not quite there yet. So what I usually do is I will knit the leg until I get to where I stopped increasing for the toe, and then I'll do the cuff. So basically I have my own built-in measurement stuff. So that's what I've been knitting and stitching that have been carried on for October and November. So here's what the next pile of stuff. It's basically my new, oh yeah, these are my 3 new starts for this month. There's still some more coming, but that'll be in the next video. Sorry. Alright, so let's see. We'll start with the one I started first. We're going to do this in order of start. So basically this is my first Clouds Factory pattern, which there's a few patterns I like. I didn't like her year-long style, so I probably won't be participating in those. Except she did hint at a new one, so I think I'm just going to see what comes up and then decide later on. So this is part of her holiday one called It's a Sweet World. This is the first of 3. You're paying for 3 patterns, but then there's the bonus 4. So this is the first of 4 pattern releases for this. So it's Mary, and I finished the words, and I'm working on the fabric. So this is one of the pieces that I bought from 123 Stitch. That is Picture This Plus. It is 16 count Aida in their earthen colorway. And so I think this would be considered, I'm not sure if this is a half or a quarter. So I'm going to knit it this way. So my plan is, there's going to be 3 patterns and they're starting inside. So I'm going to knit them all the way down. But except for like with the Halloween where there's 4 words. There was happy, spooky, lazy, Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stitch the word lazy, but I'm going to do is I'm going to take the motif and put it underneath Halloween, and that's, I'm hoping, what happens with this one as well. And I'll stitch it all and then have the last one, have basically the 3 words and then the four graphics in one piece. So that's what this is. I have the fabric for It's a Spooky World too, but I think I'm gonna put that on for a start for next year. All right, so that's the first one I started. And then the next one is for the Frosted Pumpkins, Merry and Bright. Here's this. That's how far I've gotten. And wow, high school's out. So Oliver has a half day, and I just saw, I think it's the high school kids. They just walked past. But then again, they get out at, they start school at like 7:30, I think. I'm not sure what time they start school. It's like 7:30 or something like that. So yeah, they're walking home already. So I'm like, how short is a half day? I'm like, maybe it's been a long time since I've been in school. So anyway, side note. So this is the fabric they called for, which is, it's Picture This Plus Crystal Quartz in a 28 cashel linen. I do want to say thank you to Ashley and Amanda, the beautiful ladies at Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, for offering an option of the pattern and the fabric, because buying the whole kit, while it's super convenient, is causing me to get lots and lots of duplicates. So I actually downloaded the X-Stitch app. So hopefully I'm going to start plugging in what patterns I have and kitting them and all that good stuff, so I can be a little bit more organized. And then I can also look to see what flosses I have, so I can minimize my duplicates. Now there's some duplicates I do want, like 312, which is that beautiful Christmas red, 310, B5200. Those you want to have lots of, but you know, maybe some of the other random colors you probably don't want to have. So that's it. All right, so this is my latest start, which I started last Saturday, because basically Saturday evening, my first, well, this is my second order of flosses came in from Jardery. I bought some other ones when she had her, I know she had, I bought some earlier, but I didn't have like a purpose for them. I realized that I'd like to have I'm not going to collect fabric. I've already said that before. As of this moment, I am not planning on collecting fabric. Floss is another thing I don't mind using, because I wouldn't mind swapping stuff out eventually. So anyway, this is a pattern that I bought off her website. I can't remember if it's, I think it is hers. Hold on, I have my laptop here. Okay, so this is one of Michelle's designs. It's called All About Christmas. Let's do this. So let's keep in mind, I started this on Saturday, so I'm actually stitching this pretty quickly. So this is where I'm at. I'm saying I'm at least 2/3 of the way done. So the fabric is, it's a 28 count Joplin in the Toasted Almond colorway from Hand by Stephanie. And all the flosses in here are Jardery's. Basically, when I bought the pattern, I got the flosses and I ordered all her flosses because I really wanted to see what it is. And I really do love the Variegated. Let's see. So I'm just stitching this how I would typically stitch this. I'm not stitching this one over one. Sometimes I am, sometimes when I can, like with these little ornaments or with the star up here, I'm just stitching it how I normally do. And it's like doing a bunch of row and then coming back across. So I'm actually liking the variegation on this a lot. I really do like variegated flosses. I love the color shift. Not saying I don't like the solid colors, but I do like that. I guess I'm also willing to pay a few extra coins to get that variegation. So that is what I've been working on. Oh, this video is so much shorter. Anyway, enough. Okay, so now we're on to what I've been watching and what I've been reading. So what I've been reading. So I think I read 2 books this month so far. And my new Gina LeMan, Jinx and Tonic came out too, so I can't wait to start reading that. And that's what I've been calling like my PG-13 romance novel. The story is still there, the sizzle is still there, but there's no sex. Just kind of a nice refresher. Every now and then you kind of need that very platonic. You just need the heat and the chemistry going, right? So I can't wait to start that. Then the other books that I read the new Layla Hagen, which is I think it's called Inescapable Love, I think. Could be off, but that one was nice. It was basically about childhood friends, and then, you know, they were childhood best friends, and then, you know, it became more, or it always was more, and now they're acting. You know, it's sizzling, and it's cool, and it was good. And I also read the fourth book in the Carly Phillips. I should probably look these up. Let's pause this real quick while I get these things booted up. Okay, so what I read was Going Down Fast by Carly Phillips. That was really good. It was is that the one? Sorry, got the laptop down below. Let's go with the easier ones. All right, let's rewind. Okay. All right, let's start with the easy one. So, all right, so from I think it came out to, so from Jessica Clare, I read her Beauty and the Billionaire, The Wedding. So that one was super quick. It was 92 pages. It was just the right amount. The only thing I wish for was I wish that we got to see a little bit more of Daphne's romance, because I figure it was just too quick. I mean, I enjoyed the whole story. I mean, I agree it was Gretchen's wedding and we wanted to see that happen, but I really wanted to see just a little bit more of Daphne, because it's nice to see how much of a mess she was and how she turned herself around. I mean, how she did it, and that part was awesome. So I really enjoyed the book, and I've really been enjoying Jessica Clare. And then Layla Hagen, hold on, got the laptop going, so pause. I'm gonna pause a minute. I'll come back. Okay. Rewind back. Okay, so this is what we've been reading, right? So I talked about the Jessica Clare. Jennifer Probst came out with her new one, which is Searching for Disaster. I enjoyed it. It was a nice continuation of the series. So I hope she works more, because I think there might be a few. I've been really enjoying Jessica Probst. I did like Searching for Disaster. It was a great book, and I can't wait for Anytime, Anyplace to come out. The cool thing about this, the two connect. So I'm hoping that some of the characters, I'm hoping the characters from Searching for Disaster show up in Anytime, Anyplace. I love it when you see the little interconnections between the two series. So thank you. It's going to be interesting, because I've been really liking her series as well. So we've been reading a lot. Okay, so Layla Hagen's the book that I read recently, which is another in her Bennett sibling series, is Your Inescapable Love. And that's the one where they were childhood best friends, and then one of them had to move away because of personal circumstances, and then they found each other again, and obviously they try to be platonic, but it's just not happening, because the chemistry's there, and the feelings are there. So that was an awesome one. Sorry, I'm blowing through these. I'm trying to keep this short. And then I also read the latest installment from Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde, Dirty Sexy Sinner. So that was kind of good. It was kind of, that's kind of more your gritty, you have to have the wide range. So that one was interesting, because that one was not as that one had some darkness stuff too, but it wasn't as much of being submissive or dominating in the bedroom as the other three. It is interesting. I mean, there is still that, rugged, sexy, bad boy, kind of thing going on, but, not, it went in a different direction. And I mean, I enjoyed it. Sometimes that's just what you need to be what you need. And then the other one from Carly Phillips that I read was Going Down Fast. Again, it's what you like. I've also been rereading a couple of other couple of other, rereading some of my Nora Roberts books as well. I think I finished reading, I'm rereading her In the Garden trilogy. The funny thing is, I finished Blue Lily, which I think it's Blue Lily. That's the first one. And then there's Black Rose and Red Lily. And the thing is, I'm reading both of them. I started reading Black Rose, and then I started reading Red Lily. So, but the thing is, I've already read it. So to me, reading it out of order is not odd because I know where the story's going. I know what happened in each one. So that's kind of cool. So that's what I've been reading. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be the last thing. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. So I binge watched the entire season in like 2 days. So what I read or what I watched was the Netflix series on The Crown. I love it. I mean, it has Matt Smith in it, and it has The Crown. So the what I found very interesting was Edward, which is our current Queen Elizabeth's. Well, first of all, I do want to say this. I had a lot of respect for Queen Elizabeth beforehand, but watching this video and reading a biography about her a couple years ago, I am like amazed at what she has accomplished. I mean, we talk about shattering the glass ceiling in terms of an elected official, but I think there's really not, in terms of being one of the most powerful women in the world, I think that glass ceiling has already been shattered by her. Now, she wasn't elected, she was anointed. But I think in terms of her public persona, I think she embodies the job. She is that grandmother that we don't want to, she is that grandmother that we don't want to disappoint. And I think that is her role as monarch, is not to be opinionated, but to be very neutral in terms of a stance. But if we're not doing our job, or we're not taking care of the people, our people, then you're in trouble. And I think after seeing the video, after seeing the series, and reading the biography, she is one grandma. She is basically definitely the grandmother you don't want to mess with. So in that sense, what I found very interesting is that her uncle, King Edward, that decided to abdicate. Now, when you, like, with every person, you have your personal, you have you behind closed doors, your personal life, and you as a professional. And for us us commoners, they can blend fairly. There's still a different work me than there is a different personal me. But when you're the monarch, that takes everything to a whole new level. It's interesting. So anyway, what I'm getting at. So in the first series, obviously there's where we left off with is the romance between Margaret and Peter Townsend, and Elizabeth, the older sister, wants nothing else than for her sister to be happy and to marry the man that she loves. Because she got to marry the man that she loves. Because that's what she wanted and she fought for and she got. And obviously he made some sacrifices as well. Because I also believe that the marriage and the love between Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth is just phenomenal. And they're an example of how to make a marriage work. Maybe not an example, but they're a great example of how to make a marriage work in a modern society when you have a very strong woman. So that being said, back to my side point. I'm sorry if I'm side pointing. This is where I got myself lost earlier, so I haven't quite gotten this to be clear and concise. So now the Duke of Windsor is not exactly, a favorite courtier in terms of the Queen Mother. But Elizabeth still when she was going through this dilemma, she reached out to her uncle, which he said, early in the series, that he could if she needed counsel. So the thing that I found very interesting, and the fact that he gave me more respect for him, in the sense, because he gave up being the most powerful man in the world at the time, right, for love. And as much as he hates the state that, you know, no matter how much he doesn't like the consequences of that action, because he has to fight for funds to maintain the lifestyle that he has grown accustomed to, right? You can't go from being royal, you know, HRH to being a commoner again, because you have certain expectations that the public expects you to live up to. In that sense. So anyway, so when she called him for counsel, I was expecting a different answer from him, and I think he gave an answer that, yes, did not make a popular choice, that she did have to, the queen, had to break something that she promised to her father, but at the end of the day, she had to maintain the monarchy, which is basically the odd thing about this is the queen grandmother, because that's the only way I can figure, differentiate between all her majesties, or her royal highnesses. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. I'm an American trying to understand the British royalty, so I apologize for any. Anyway, so the queen grandmother, we'll call her, had warned her about it, and then when her first letter that she got, after her father died, was, maintain the monarchy, right? And that's what she had to learn, the wife, the mother, that, the private citizen that she was, or what some say, the Princess of Wales, if that's, what, I don't think that's really her title at that time, but, her status is gone, after her father died, right? So when her uncle gave her something similar, I was amazed by that, because I wasn't expecting him, first I wasn't expecting her to actually call him, but the fact that she did is interesting. So that was amazing. So I would definitely, it's definitely one of those series that I can just turn back on again. It's falling under like my Chinese soap opera serials. Like I could probably just pick an episode, play it. I mean, granted, and it has everything like the my Chinese serials, where it's like you've got the laughing, the crying, you're hooked on it, and you know the characters, and you know who is who and what is what and all that stuff. So thank you, Netflix, for putting that together. I'm looking forward to future seasons. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because I gotta get going soon, and there's no stitching that gets done. But I'm probably gonna take my socks with me to the car line, and maybe I'll bobbinate. Stitching is a little more difficult, but I can bobbinate because I think I do have some stuff that I haven't bobbinated yet. So crazy morning. Oliver gets off. Oliver's school lets out in about half an hour, so I gotta load up the car and get everything ready for the rest of the day. So anyway, enough of my babbling because this is way long. The stitching part was good. My babbling about my reading and my stuff. So I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on being concise. That's one of the main reasons. Yeah, one of the main reasons I started doing the YouTube videos is to work on being more concise. Because I find that at work I'm not that concise. Sometimes I'm too babbly. So I want to. That's what I'm working on. So that's my main reason, and that's the main reason I've been trying to keep my YouTube videos a little shorter. So this isn't too long, and I hope it's not too long for everybody. So anyway, I want to thank everyone again for watching, and if I don't talk to you guys, I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving here in the U.S. I think we in the U.S. have a lot to be grateful for. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, but I think everyone needs to find, I might start doing a gratitude journal. Maybe that might work. I think it's good to look at the little things and be grateful for them. So I am grateful for everyone that watched and subscribed to my channel. I'm hoping everyone has moved over to will switch their subscriptions over to my new channel, because I just want to try to keep it separate so that I can have the more personal videos on one side and all my crafting creative side on another side. So thank you again for watching. If you have any comments or feel that I should try any tips on how I can be more concise when I'm rambling about what I've been watching and what I've been reading, let me know. And thanks again, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And if I don't get another video before the end of the year, I hope everyone has a nice holiday season and can spend time with their family. And let's hope to a fabulous, stitchy 2017. Now, granted, I am going to try to do at least a couple more videos before the end of the year, but I'm not making any promises. Because this is for fun, and I don't want it to be a job, and I don't mind dedicating time to do this. But again, this is for fun, so this is girlfriend time. That's basically what this is, right? That's what these Floss 2 videos are. You know, girlfriend time. So, and when I mean girlfriend, I mean it in gender neutral, because I know there are male stitchers out there. You know, when I mean girlfriend time, it's just hanging out with friends. That's probably what I meant. You know, just should be loose and happy. And so, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!